Hey guys, it's Nicole, and I am jumping back into editing a bunch of these videos that I have. During the last 2 weeks of March, I participated in a challenge on a forum where it was basically get as much done as you possibly could. So I had matched up photos to about 30 or 40 different Scrapbook Generation kits that I had, and I managed to get done 22 double page layouts in that time. And I did film all of them. It's just I've had sort of life interrupting and big things going on as far as in our family. So I actually haven't been scrapbooking, and it was one of those things where it was I didn't really want to be editing videos if I couldn't be in my room being creative and stuff like that. So with that being said, this particular layout is from a 2013 kit, and I believe it was September, and these three layouts are all from the Super Savers portion. And this particular layout I had actually put together during a live stream on YouTube, and then what I did was I just didn't make that video public because it just was chit-chatty with different girls from the board and stuff, and I ended up just trying to edit out as much as I could as far as the like hand gesturing, and if I had a couple times I had gotten up to go grab something that we were talking about, and so I tried to edit out as much as that as I could. You may catch me be a little bit distracted here and there, but if you've seen any of these videos on my channel, you know how easy these kits are to put together. And I believe I ended up putting my layouts together in a different order as shown in the instructions. I think this is actually layout number 3, so cutting down the papers and everything is going to be in a different video. Normally I include it in the first video, but at this point I've got so many video clips just dumped into a folder that I'm kind of just weeding out whatever I can find. So for this one I had already trimmed all my papers. I'm inking everything in black soot distress ink, and when we were chatting and stuff on the live stream, that was something that had come up. I think it was Heather had asked me, how do I determine what ink color I'm going to ink with? Typically, if it's stuff for my personal scrapbooking, I 9 times out of 10 will reach for vintage photo. If the paper collection is sort of including black as a main color, I will then grab black soot. When I was teaching at my local store, tone-on-tone inked edges was a big thing, so I would typically just, you know, red with red, pink with pink, that type of thing. As far as my personal stuff, I just kind of keep my vintage photo distress ink pad out, and that's kind of my go-to. And I'm even trying to when I know that I'm kind of crunched for time or something, or a personal challenge, I will almost force myself to not ink the edges just to kind of not have, you know, everything in my album look exactly the same, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just kind of like to see that I'm trying different things and different things that work for me. I don't want to try something different just for the sake of trying something different. So I kind of will baby step like techniques, or you know, not inking something, or I do like to include stamping and stuff, but I don't really like to get like messy on my layouts. I doubt you'll ever see me, you know, throw some gesso on there and start watercoloring. That's just not my thing. I don't know, I'm kind of into like neat and tidy art, not messy, be super creative art. And I think that's just kind of the inner nerd in me. And so again, I'm pretty sure this is layout number 3 for this kit, and it used a lot of landscape 4x6 photos. So I had gone through, I had taken a bunch of photos at a family event that we had at my house, and I just kind of grabbed the ones that were more posed, like the different groups of family that had been together, and not so much the activities and stuff that we were doing that night. And that was kind of how I split up my photos between the 3 layouts. All 3 of these layouts are the same photos for the same event, and I just kind of went through them and just kind of sorted them to, these were the ones that we had, you know, intentionally taken of the different couples, siblings, stuff like that. And then there was another set of photos that I had grouped together where we were, we'd gotten out the old Wii Fit thing that you like stand on, and we were playing like the little short games and kind of tournament style type thing. And then I believe the third set of photos I had just done like the random stuff, you know, that we were just kind of messing around, and the ones that weren't what I would say like pretty posed family type pictures, I just tried to kind of group them into like-minded sets, I guess. And I don't really go into necessarily like story mode of journaling. I tend to just kind of keep it simple. You know, this is what we did, this was why we got together, these were some of the things that we did while we got together, touched on how we had all enjoyed it and that we needed to do it more. And this particular one, for the first time in like 30-something years, we had, not by me and my sister's choice, we had found out that our traditional Thanksgiving was not going to be happening and we were all going to sort of be on our own. So we waited until after Thanksgiving and we kind of all got together before Christmas and just kind of had like a family dinner and game night at our house. And it was just kind of nice to maybe not have like the pressure of the holiday setting being there and just enjoying each other's company and stuff like that. This particular kit, it had included some die cuts that you had to punch out, and then there was a pattern on one of the papers that had a bunch of little things that you could cut apart, which was in the instructions. And that's where I got a lot of like the yellow and blue little rectangle embellishment type things. That's where those came from. And one of them had a little blank banner underneath that bicycle, so I just decided that I was gonna try to fit my date in there. I think at this point I wasn't sure what the date was. I think that's why I'm taking so long. Or, again, I was live streaming on YouTube, so I may have been answering questions too. And then, now that I've got most of everything done on the left, I am switching over to the right. And when I did these layouts, I would basically do like 7 or 8 of them. I'd sit down and do all the paper, all the photos, most of the embellishments, and then I would sit down, and it was about 7 or 8 layouts worth that I could fit my journaling on a full sheet of cardstock. And I did my journaling the same for all of the layouts. I just typed it up to where I could cut them into strips, and it sort of streamlined the process. So I would spend like 2 days putting layouts together, and then I would spend the 3rd day doing my journaling, adding anything extra like enamel dots or sequins, and then I would sort of clean up and reset sort of my work area. And then I sort of kept my layouts in, I have some paper trays, so I would put them if I needed to take photos, if I needed to add the journaling to them, if I needed to find the date for them. So I kind of always knew what I was missing for each layout. And then things like as far as photos and stuff, that was more for editing videos, and if I could ever get off my bottom and actually update a blog ever, my intention was to put them on there. But I think at this point it might be like some short, sweet, like dump a bunch of videos on one blog post type of entries. But and I think this might be video 8 or 9 out of the 22. I'm gonna try and get at least 3 or 4 of them done editing as far as voiceovers, save them, and then depending on how slow YouTube is today as far as uploading, I'll see how many I can get up. I may even try to schedule them so that they're kind of regularly popping up on my channel, because I don't have anything that I've done, like I said, in the last probably 6 weeks. I haven't had a chance to sit down and do anything. So I'm trying to get some of these uploaded, and then I have some commitments for Crafty Maven that I want to get up. I am about 40% of the way through an online class that I want to put up. And as far as that, like, I have to kind of get everything else out of the way before I can kind of refocus on that. So right now I'm trying to get these edited and up. And I will be sure to post a link to Scrapbook Generation's online store, so if you have questions as far as these kits, either ask below or check out their store. I've subbed to them for a couple years, and the Super Sketch Club kit is their best-selling one by far, and I have loved it so far. So I ended up adding some glitter enamel dots, and that was pretty much it. So I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.